looks like we're recording.
Do you think we're center enough? Do you think you need to turn the camera a little bit? You find you think we're fine? Okay. I'm Lisa.
I'm Stuart.
Hey, it's been over a month since we've recorded. A lot has happened. Not anything really exciting, but there's some things we could share.
Where are we, Lisa?
We are in Texoma, on the border of Texas and Oklahoma.
On the Texas side.
On the Texas side. And so what did we do today?
Well, before that, where were we last week? Last time?
We were in Bay Landing.
We were at Bay Landing. So, last time we did a video, we were here at Texoma. Then we went to Bay Landing. We were at Texoma for 2 weeks, then we went to Bay Landing for 2 weeks, then we came back here for 3 weeks. This is the Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
And we leave next weekend. So
anyway.
I say too much. Well, my sister says I'm boring and I'm always interrupting Lisa, so I'm trying not to interrupt Lisa. Hang on a sec. Here we go.
Hey, I'm Lisa.
Are you?
Hey,
Who did you say you were going to be?
I'm Lisa.
I'm Stuart.
Welcome to Bonny Rig RV Life.
Yes, Bonny Rig RV Life.
We haven't done a video in like over 4 to 5 weeks. We've been busy, a lot has happened, not too much exciting news, but we have some things to share.
So last time we did a video, we were here at Lake Texoma, which is North Texas on the border, just right on the border of Oklahoma. Then we went to Bay Landing, which we've been before, that's Bridgeport, and then we're back at Lake Texoma. This is Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
And next weekend we'll leave again.
So this morning we decided we needed to take a trip into Oklahoma just to say we've been there. And we went over this Red River. We've had so much flooding here, so much rain, that it looks totally different here than the last time we were here. Tell about how the flooding is flooding up the lake here.
Yeah, well the lake's about 30 feet higher than it was. That's 10 meters or so, and for those metric folks. Higher than it was last time, and it's a muddy red color from all the runoff. We've had thunderstorms, lightning storms. So
it's not really good fishing.
So anyway, we started this video, then a guy came and stopped me. We had a little chat, so this is like take 3.
It's like take 3.
Take 4. We had to start again. So my sister says that I'm really boring.
No, that's not true.
Thanks, Linda. And she says I keep on interrupting Lisa, so I'm going to try not to interrupt Lisa. So what we got, Lisa?
You're fine. So anyway, I guess we could just talk about, after here we're going back to Bay Landing, then we're going to be exiting Texas. We've been here, what, like 5 months? And we've seen, I mean, the weather has gone from freezing temps to sunny days to stormy. And so it's been just the craziest weather. So anyway, we're going to be exiting and heading up north to get out of the hot and humid. It's starting to get really hot and humid here and kind of buggy too.
So June 15th we leave to Amarillo.
Yeah.
Is this the way to Amarillo?
Yeah.
And then we're going through Colorado, Idaho, into Washington. And then
Wyoming, going through Wyoming.
Are we in
yeah,
Wyoming?
We're going to be going through Wyoming, the southern part of Wyoming. Then a few days in Idaho. Hopefully I get to see my son and grandkids. And then Washington State for like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. And then Oregon. And we're going to be staying there almost like 6 weeks on the coast. And you're having your friends from Scotland to come visit.
Our friends.
Our friends, yes.
Yeah. Louise and Martin.
Hi, Louise and Martin.
You're going to come and join us in Oregon.
And you're going to bring your cowboy boots and cowboy hat, and we're going to try to find a western bar somewhere in Oregon.
But we will provide you more videos as we travel through the country. I want to see Buffalo Bill's resting place. It's in Colorado somewhere. But anyway, we'll do more videos on that. So what have we got? So we had Snowbell, our cat, spayed. She is 3.5 years old. We had visions of having her have a litter of kittens before we did it, but she was getting really too uncomfortable and driving us insane, so we had her fixed, and we did that in Bridgeport, right? Yeah, we did that in Bridgeport before we came to Texoma.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, and she did great. It was so much cheaper, like you said. We tried to get her fixed in Florida, and I think they know a lot of wealthy people. We weren't wealthy, but a lot of wealthy people live in the area we were, and it was like $1,200 to get your cat fixed. And so then we found another kind of kitty mill and had bad reviews. So I know people have asked, like, why haven't you gotten your cat fixed? So anyway, she's fixed now.
You did it.
She was on a med, though, that made her very, like, she was hallucinating, and we had some funny videos of her doing crazy things. Then she didn't sleep for 4 days. Like, I'm like, but she did great. She's doing great now, and it hasn't changed her personality, which I'm grateful for.
So she's got the notes here on just what we're going to talk about. The next thing is what went wrong with this clanking heap of scrap that we have here. The guy that did the inspection said that it took 6 hours to do the inspection. He said he was going to spend a long time on the roof. Well, I've come to the conclusion he actually slept on the roof for 6 hours.
Okay.
Because we've already told you everything else that went wrong. Well, now our inverter charger isn't working, and Lisa said don't go into detail on it, but I'll just provide a little bit of information for anybody who may be interested. What's happening is the charging portion isn't working. So when we're hooked into shore power, 110 volts or 110 volt AC, everything's working, fridge, microwave, sockets, all that good stuff, air conditioning, everything's working. But the 12 volt side, the batteries are discharging within hours, because the inverter is supposed to be charging the batteries through the house power, and it's not doing that, and the generator's not charging the batteries either. So for the last 3 weeks, in fact we discovered this problem in Bridgeport before we came here. It started in Bridgeport before we came here, so what we have to do is we have to run the engine for about an hour and a half to 2 hours every day. So we do 45 minutes in the morning and another 45 minutes at night. That charges the batteries up and gives us 12 volts. And what happens is when the 12 volts drops down, the AC, which is 110 volts, the air conditioners stop, because the controller is a 12 volt controller. And so, so anyway, is that enough?
Yeah, if you want to know more, just private message Stuart.
So it looks like,
and he can tell you the details.
It looks like it's going to be fixed under warranty.
Under
we paid
warranty,
for the warranty,
yeah, so that's good.
And we're hoping that we'll be taking it in next week sometime to be fixed. So stay tuned for that. I had to take it down to Dallas last week. We took the rig down to Dallas. Well, you were in Washington.
Yeah, I went to see my family for a week in Washington. Had a great time. And you had your friend Steve here.
Yeah. So when I went, I took it to Dallas on Friday to have it diagnosed. I already knew what the problem was. They verified it. The thing's bust. It's a $4,000 repair. There you go. But anyway, I picked up Steve, my good buddy Steve. Exactly. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Known Steve since I think 92, 93, 94. Anyway, he came up here while Lisa was in Washington, and we had a man weekend. It was great. Beer and meat.
That's all they had.
And movies.
I go, did you have vegetables? Oh no, we don't need.
No.
We don't need vegetables. They just had meat, and the rig was kind of a disaster because you didn't even make out the bed. Sorry, Steve. I had sheets for the bed.
Yeah.
They just lived a batch. Oh, but tell them when you took the rig, he forgot to clear all the counters, and I had some castor oil, 2 bottles sitting on the bathroom shelf, and I kind of told him, now put all this stuff in my sink, because you can't have anything when you're driving, everything will just fly up. Well, he told me he had a minor disaster, and the castor oil fell off, broke, went all over the bathroom. You know how sticky the oil is.
Sticky oil all over the floor.
So he's like, oh, mop it up. Don't use the mop, because I have to throw it away.
So yeah, I cleaned it up while they were doing the diagnosis on the rig. And then I went to Bucky's, my first time ever at Bucky's. Filled up with diesel at Bucky's, and I met Steve there. Bucky's kind of halfway between Dallas and Texoma. So Steve and I came up here together, and then we drank copious amounts of beer, and we ate meat, and we did have veggies on the second day. And we cooked on the fire.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about, we've learned how to cook on an open flame. These campsites in Texas, now I don't know if all the 1,000 trails like on the West Coast are going to have these big fire pits, but they're great, and we've learned how to cook on them. And we go to the store and we buy, there's mesquite wood, there's hickory wood, there's just regular wood, there's pecan, and then we get this stainless steel kind of great things, and the meat has been awesome. I think we posted pictures. We've had ribs,
steak,
shish
shish
kebabs.
kebabs, yeah.
We're doing fish tonight.
So it's fun. So yeah, we're doing fish on the grill tonight. So
Yeah.
wood, you know, so big log wood on the big fire grill.
Yeah.
Is great. So we did that. So anyway, Steve and I did that. And what did you do in Washington?
Oh, I had just probably the best trip since I've been away from Washington that I've ever had. I mean, I ate good. Sarah, I stayed at my daughter's. We had just the most wonderful time. I won't go into everything we did, but it was just a very healing. I just love it there so much. The spring, everything blossom and blooms, and you know, it was just beautiful. I saw my son Isaac, my son Isaiah. Yeah, I wish I could have stayed there longer, but we are going back into Washington. We're going to be staying in Gig Harbor for a few days. So I'll see them again, and my son's having so I'm having my 7th granddaughter. And so when I go back, I'll be able to see my new grandbaby, and her name's Violet. And thinking Carl, I'll go out and do things. I don't know if I should let him out.
The check engine. Oh, so our Hyundai Tucson SUV check engine light came on maybe 6 weeks ago when we were in Whitney actually, and I took it to Waco, Hyundai of Waco, and they charged me $1,000. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. It was $1,000 to have the fuel ignition system changed or fixed, and then an oil change, and it was over $1,000. And then 4 weeks later, the check engine light came on again. So I went to O'Reilly's. O'Reilly's, the auto store. They will do the diagnostic check for free. They put in the little machine, pulled out a report. It's the thermostat on the coolant radiator, which is coming on too soon. So the engine's not overheating, the engine's kind of underheating. So I'm going to try and get that fixed next week too. Just a bit pissed that we got ripped off for about $900.
I know.
For something that didn't need to be done. So check engine light, yeah. Oh, the other thing is CubeSmart. Don't put anything in storage with CubeSmart on a long-term basis. What happened to us is we rented this 10 by 10 storage unit in Florida. It was $120 a month. We just got I got a letter on Friday, yesterday, this is Saturday, yesterday, saying it's going up to 160. That's over 30% increase from 120 to 160. So I'll be calling them on Monday to give them shit and tell them that that's nonsense, and then also tell them that I'll be writing a letter to the Florida State Attorney General to complain, because it's either price gouging or it's bait and switching, both of which, not sure if they're illegal, but they're certainly immoral. So that's the latest saga.
Yeah.
And for us poor people now on a fixed income, every penny counts.
It's true. You know, another thing is just make sure you do your reviews. I think we've gotten suckered into some things because you just don't look at the reviews, and you know, I don't know, like.
So I looked at the reviews now.
Yeah.
It's a common thing with CubeSmart, but I said to Lisa, it might be a common thing with all of these storage places, right?
Yeah, because they know you have your stuff.
Right.
And they know they're going to threaten by selling it or putting it on the street, and they got you. You know,
and so, Texas, it's not like we can go in there and move our stuff somewhere else, right?
And so our storage is Florida, so I guess, you know, we'll give it some time, but I think we should probably move our storage more towards the West Coast, you know, or I don't know, but it's just a hassle.
We don't plan on being in Florida again until probably 2027. So we've got 2 years of this, and this may be the first of many increases. If it happens again, actually, I may have to jump on a plane, go down there, and get the stuff out of there. It's another thorn in our side that we have to deal with.
Yeah.
What else?
Anyway, I wanted to say one thing. I had a great time with some friends too in Washington, and saw Jill and Sonia. But Jill said she always had a dream of going on an RV full time. But I've been looking, and so there is some single men and they're around your age. So, you know, so I'm looking for maybe you can hook up with one of these men on the, you know, that we see. But Stuart and I did have kind of an issue. We always talk about our
This is
little
the last
issues.
topic. The last topic
Last
for today.
topic. So Stuart, I mean, I don't know if your husband does this or anybody, but will post pictures of you or whatever without your consent. And so today, he posted pictures of when I got home from Washington. And you know, I was drinking wine, and I was real lovey, a little bit too lovey around the campfire. And he's posting this stuff, and I'm like, take it off, take it off.
In my defense, I was posting pictures of the cats, and I had a video of Snowbell, but in that video, Lisa suggested what we may be doing that night, and apparently that was inappropriate, so I had to take it off.
You know, yeah. So
I didn't take it off for that reason. I took it off because I had happened to record 2 minutes of video with the stupid phone in my pocket, and it was still on, and so that was mainly the reason why I took it off.
Yeah, and what do you think? Send a comment if you think Stuart posts too many animal pictures of our cats. I don't know.
Someone said
they're so cute, but I mean, I don't know if
too many
everybody else
animals.
thinks they're cute. But I guess
think they
you
want
can
more.
just.
I think they want more Donald Trump stuff.
Oh, is
me.
that it?
They want more photographs and
No, I
comments
don't think
about
they
Donald
want
Trump.
that either. You've lost a lot of friends.
I didn't
And
have many to
and
start with.
another thing he was doing is tagging me on his political stuff. And I'm like, take that off. Don't tag me on political stuff. I don't want to be on your political stuff. Not that I don't agree with some of it, because I do. But I don't want with, you know, Stuart Chisholm, with Lisa Chisholm. And it'll be some political stuff that, and so he did. He takes me off of those now.
Okay, is that it then? Am I going to pick up the camera?
Oh, yeah,
I'll actually
so-
stop it and restart it, and I'll do a quick video.
Yeah,
scan
so when we
showing
came
all
in, the camp
everybody.
was really empty when I came back from Washington. And you could see all these people coming in from Memorial Day weekend, a lot of people with their families. And so Stuart's going to pick up the camera and show you how full the camp is and stuff. And there was a parade today, and everybody was wearing their, you know,
It
their,
was a golf cart parade.
yeah, golf cart
And
parade.
I thought I'd taken a video of that, but it turns out I was holding the camera and everybody's waving at me and the bloody thing wasn't on, so I actually didn't get a video of the golf cart
Yeah.
parade, so I didn't know
Yeah.
that was a thing, but apparently it's a thing on Memorial Weekend. And God bless all the military
Yes,
who
yes,
served,
thank you for
and,
serving our
lived
country.
and died so that we can do stuff like this.
Yeah, hey, did we ever talk about Audie Murphy on our last thing?
I think we did.
Okay,
We maybe talked about Audie Murphy last time.
yeah, maybe we did.
But if we didn't, let us know and we'll tell you about
Yeah.
Audie Murphy.
Yeah,
Every American should know about Audie Murphy.
Yeah.
Every American knows who Kim Kardashian is, but nobody else knows who Audie Murphy is.
yeah,
And so find out who he is and let
yeah,
us know.
the most decorated war hero
No,
ever.
I just said,
Oh,
and you just let
okay.
the cat out of the bag.
Okay,
Is that it?
I think that's it. Well, I think maybe do another one in a couple weeks. We'll see if there's anything.
We may do one before we hit the road. If not, we'll start doing some videos on our travels.
Yeah, definitely,
So
on our travels.
that'll do it for now, I think.
Yeah, okay,
Bye.
God bless.
Bye. Okay, so this is Section F, Lake Texoma, 1,000 Trails, which is the new section. And it's kind of full. There's a gentleman or a couple or a family that has the American flag and the Texan flag. Pretty awesome. And a lot of people came in last night. It's Friday, Saturday. A lot of people came in Friday. Must be coming in for the Memorial Day weekend. We'll be here ourselves until next Sunday, as we mentioned. So this is the new section, Section F. It's kind of open, and the older section is, now that I'm coming round, is behind these trees. But we like it here. We've been here before. We're actually only one slot down from the last place we were at, and so we like it. And there's the rig. There's Bonny, and here's the Mr. Engine light on our vehicle, and there's some people strolling up the road. That's it, I think.